Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, my fellow YouTubers. Welcome to another edition of Aries Sky Ridley's video blog. I'm Aries Sky, also known as Krabby McCoffee or Rita. Welcome, everyone. If you're new to the channel, hit the like, subscribe, and thumbs up button. So I got an email from Higgins. He asked me specifically about vinegar and table salt. What does vinegar and table salt do to a tree? That's what he said. Something stupid about quart-sized cup of white vinegar and table salt. Well, let's look, shall we? Due to a tree. I mean, he's sitting there, and I was like, I don't know, try it, right? As a prepper, we can look this up. White vinegar to the leaves alone is not a completely. So he sees a video about trees. 2 cups water to 1 cup salt should do it. Drill holes around the roots and pour in. So Higgins would have to drill holes into a tree. So he should Google this before he's asking. You know. So basically, so you have to reapply it. So it could cost up to $100 or more in materials just for Higgins to kill a tree. He's complaining. He sent me an email about it, you know. So, anyways, as a prepper, sometimes you got to even help your friend, you know. And I was napping earlier, and I want to tell you, I was utilizing YouTube for some reviews that I was watching and enjoying myself with, you know. And that's something that I was doing, you know. I was watching um book reviews. Now, a lot of you basically don't know this, but I have a playlist for a lot of stuff. Moderator Chris, you know, General Erudite's got like, 3,000 songs he's put onto his playlists, which is a big number. I usually have games and books, you know, so to me, it's an interesting concept when you look at it. But you also got to ask yourself, here, let me brush my hair. I'm going to grab me a pint of soda. Let me just tell you guys a story, okay? So, Chloe didn't take the phone. That's fine and dandy, I guess. So, basically, when you're buying something like, you know, YouTube or whatever, or not a YouTube, but Amazon or whatever, or eBay or whatever, you got to make sure you're buying it properly, you know? So, for example, before you go dump money into some, I always have Higgins look it up. But then again, Higgins has no concept of video games unless it's Doom. So, you know, that's why I've been meaning to talk to him about what is what, you know. But then, even if I hired him to watch 533 videos, I don't think he would do it. It cost me probably an SDS 200 out the door. So I do some of the work. As you can see, my son Mippo is eating finally. Hey, son, how you doing? There we go. So I'm not going to drink a lot of soda today. I'm saving the RC Cola for tomorrow because tomorrow is Easter and I want to have a wonderful Easter dinner, prime rib and soda, you know. So one of the tips I want to give you on prepping is sample the stuff you're going to prep, okay? Sample it. Say you go and you buy a pallet full of Vernors, right? For example. I don't like Vernors. So, you know, then you get it, and then you're stuck with a pallet of Vernors sitting in your basement. Or say your family, okay, they're prepping in, say, somewhere Texas, I think, right? And they're prepping somewhere in Texas. And lo and behold, what do? They turn around, and what do? they turn around and what do? They live comfortably, right? Say they go out and they get 2 pallets of that 1,880 some, whatever cans of beer, right? So they have like 3,000 cans of beer. 1 can of beer a day, you have to drink it down anyways. You can't just keep beer hoarded on a pallet for a year or 2 years. It has to be drinking. Beer does eventually go bad. So but you get my idea. It'd be Tildor's ultimate thing. He's like, I remember your beer in the fridge. Yeah, whatever. We're not going to even talk about Tildor, okay? Anyways, so the point I'm making is the American people are literally, and I repeat, literally, enjoying the attitudes of etc. So I enjoy the random comments too. So, anyways, so you got to sample what you're gonna buy. Me, I buy everything that's meaningful. The other thing is people are like, oh well, what's the point of prepping because nothing's happening? I feel your pain. I really do. I mean, think about it. I mean, I tried to tell Higgins time and time again, you don't want to focus on his Social Security case because they might deny you. Anyways, you need to focus on prepping. If he focuses on that Social Security thing and he's getting ready to be approved or denied, and all of a sudden the entire country bankrupts itself, which we are already bankrupt, you get an idea that Great Depression happens. Higgins is going to be sitting there, oh, Casher's king. What if no one has any cash? What if his house is broken into when he's going to the store or getting whatever with his mom and he comes back and his basement's been looted and all his food's taken? I mean, think about it. And this desperate times will be desperate measures. I mean, literally, you have to prep now. And that is something that's really interesting, because you have to prep. A lot of people email me and they're like, well, how are you going to handle Chloe being gone? Simple. There's a way, and then there's a way. And the other thing is, I'm about to go through some informational reports. Oh, which reminds me, I need to check something on Amazon real quick. So one of the things I want to tell you today is all right. So I'm looking for a strategy guide. Here we go. So apparently this is sold out. It says buy used. This is the only one they have in stock. Wow. So Chloe got me this book, right? And it's from, 2 copies of it, and I just wanted to see if there's any more, and there isn't. So I'm like shocked, okay? Because you don't see much of it, but I do like it. So it's my copy, and So one of the things I want to share with you is that I'm a big fan of is video games, right? So I was looking over some books to buy, before they raise in price because books do go out of style, and books are something you can keep on hand for reading. I mean, I enjoy a good book, but I also like westerns and other books. So to me, if you could just start spending $100 on books a month as well as in your preps, you can literally have something to read when the power goes out. A lot of people don't realize that without a book collection, you'll go insane. What do you think I keep talking about? I'll tell you a little secret, okay? I'm gonna actually use screen share in a second. See, so I was talking to someone the other day, right? Here we go. There's a store, right? Mm. There you go. I went to a wrong website. I'm an idiot. Yes. Dude, I don't want that. I want the fucking story, Peckerwoods. See this? Here you go. So if you look at these, right? Okay, I'll show you. So for example, right? And you look at these, right? I'm going to show you 3 links, okay? All right. So for example, you can go on Amazon and buy an entire encyclopedia set, okay? You guys could sit there and say, read it and say, no, I have a reason for it. All right. So what you do is you get this, right? So you can look at whatever you want. There's 2021, depends on what you want, 2022. 2022's 800. This one here has got elephants. I've always wanted the elephants one, but you know. And then you go down the list, like 2019, right? And it'll tell you what 2019 is, or 2018, you know, and you can keep going down. That one doesn't look too appealing, so you just keep going. 2017, you know, and you go downwards, right? And as you're going downwards, that's okay, it looks, right? And then you can go 2016 and so forth, right? And as you're looking at it, let me just put this under my Christmas list because, you know, family says to me, oh, Rudy, you're insane. Let me put it this way, unless you need the um, updated books, right? This one's um, the Elephanty. And, you know, libraries are always selling you cheap, you know, once they, you know, you get that. This is a property of, and it's always embedded in the book. That's why I buy brand new if I can. 2017, you know, that one's $998 for new used, so they're trying to sell you, you know. And then you can go, each one has its own design color, you know, and you can look at it and ask yourself, is that what you want, you know? And sometimes you can even get cheaper. It just depends on what year you want, you know. Some of them are used, some of them are new. You just got to check, you know. The more you check, the more you know, I for one. Like this one's 501 for 2013 edition. So each edition will help you depending on what you want. This is penguins. You see. So as you go down and you're looking at things, you know, like it goes to 2010 says not available, 2009 not available, 2008 not available. So you can see how far back you can go before technology goes down the toilet, you know, but the point is at least you can do it right. And so one of the things you might want to invest in as a prepper is an encyclopedia set. A lot of my family says, oh, you can look at it online. Well, let me just put it to you this way. What if my family, who I love dearly, oh, look at that. Is that penguins? See this image? Yep, it's penguins. Not really a fan of penguins, but I will put that in my wish list. There you go. Once in a while, then I'll throw those in books later. I can transfer them to books. But the new 2022 has sharks. Now, I'm not a shark fan, but every year they make a theme where the books sit in there and you can see the entire thing. It's like sharks. So, and whales. Maybe it's whales. Yeah. Now, 2022 is on sale for $8.99, but it's got dinosaurs. I'm not a big fan of dinosaurs. Now, eagles, I am. I can see myself with the eagles. But every year they bring out a deal, and every year, you know, but how many people want to buy, you know? I'm not going to answer that, Higgins, because you're basically sitting there coming up with some idea about how to kill a tree. You see, encyclopedia said in a fold out paper mat if GPS goes down. Awesome. Yeah. So, one of the things I was looking at telling you guys is reading books. I enjoy books. Hey, Bitcoin. So, I sent Chloe out to the store to get Hot Pockets, pot pies, and a pack of smokes. Fortunately, I just woke up from a short nap. I was watching a show and I fell asleep. Chloe's just like jabberwalking. The lady never ever learned. So, one of the things I wanted to teach you guys in today's prepping episode is what to do when it comes to, paper maps are easy to read. You just got to know what you're looking at. His cage needs to be cleaned today. Poor little bun. All right, so this ain't bad. Remember, check out the thing. I might make a smaller review tomorrow of this. It's not bad. 79 cents a 2 liter. You can't complain of RC Cola. American made soda. So, anyways, like I said, everything happens for a reason, you know. So the other question is, as a prepper, I will tell you, if you don't know this, your credit card is always backed. So if you use it on eBay and the guy gives you a shitty deal, you can always complain and they will always back you up getting it completely and thoroughly done. Yeah. So anyways, eBay, and don't listen to Higgins. Higgins doesn't know anything about eBay. He's just like, eBay. Yeah. So to me, you gotta ask yourself, do you feel lucky, punk? Well, do you? Yeah. So eBay's always got a great deal of deals. So when you sit around and you hear Higgins and he's like, you need let me look at these. So you get all these, right? So so you got to ask yourself, are you willing to literally listen to a guy like Brother Higgins who I'm poking at the honey badger, who thinks that eBay is not a good place to get his whatever. eBay is a great place if you want to save a few bucks. That means eBay is great. Yeah. Yeah. So what you do is on eBay is you just look over the items you want and add it to your wish list or watch list. This is just yeah. This guy's got a I just love these, Complete 18. It's not complete if it's 18. I guess 18's right. Right? So what I do is I go and I put that in there, the watch list. Let me see. And this guy says, what's he got? Mm-hmm. I, on the other hand, would not pay that kind of money, but you know how it is. I'm just looking. Yeah. Free shipping. Just pay $5.99. Uh-huh. This is complete novels. Yeah. So yeah. So a lot of people have been emailing me, asking questions, about the earlier when I posted the thing about the radio. Yeah, As an administrator, I can delete. I'm gonna put this on the screen and say, Higgins, you're full of crap. You see, it's not everything is not a garage sale. People, your credit card is completely backed. I highly recommend trying eBay out if you haven't. It is a place where you can get prepping stuff. You can buy a 3 burner camp stove that will work better than a gas range or whatever. Mm. Yeah, where's Grumpo? Hey, Grumpo. Grumpo's there. You know. So one of the things you got to realize is, so a lot of people have been emailing me about the photo, right? Someone emailed me and they said, "Hey, can you tell me about the the photo?" Right here you go. So photos here, right? Look at this. So people have been asking me. Let me go back to 69%. There you go. Close this. People have been asking me specifically about the phone. What happened to these phones? I got an email about it. These phones were the best on the market. They were 10 times more powerful than a handheld phone you keep in your pocket today. A lot of people say, well, they are ancient. Higgins is saying, oh, they're dinosaurs. The problem with it is they only had a half-hour to 4-hour battery depending on it. So you had to plug it into your car. So for continuous talking, you had to plug it in your car. Now, if you had a AC/DC adapter at home, you can plug that in too. But, it took 10 to 12 hours to charge. So that's why you always had a special battery charging system for it. Unfortunately, some of these are like this is says classic. Doesn't even say what brand it is. A lot of people say, "Oh, well, these were sold pretty cheap because Daymark sold a lot of stuff cheap." So, another thing I want to share with you is I got this PDF I want to open. I think I can open it, right? Open with Adobe Acrobat. Okay, I want to show you this. All right. So I can zoom in. So let's just zoom to 100%. Okay, here we go. So if you look at the price of these back in the day, right? These were 1995. They dropped in price, but you know, a lot of people was asking, about um cell phones, and so I have a PDF open I want to share with you. Some 1995. Okay, so look at this. Okay, so there is your 3 versions of your phone, right? You get the install kit, right? Under dash or seed, right there. Plug it in. The transportable cigarette lighter, you're ready to make calls. Easy moves from one vehicle to the next. 4 different yada yada yada, right? Or the transportable 1055. The 10. See, the difference was, you had your right here. It says easy move from one vehicle, multiple telephone number operators. Let's subscribe up to 4 different phone services and have a local telephone number in each. Saves on roaming charges. Comes with a DC adapter, antenna, and carrying case. See, and you get your phone, right? This one is take it anywhere you go. Plug it in while in the car. Use a battery to power up on the go. Features multiple telephone numbers, antenna, battery, vehicle, battery adapter, AC charger, DC charger. Adapter include everything that's convenient in the included carry case bag right there. See, so this one basically is move from one car to the next. Okay, so this one here, mounted in your car only. This one is you can move from car to car, but it doesn't come with a battery pack, you see. And a lot of people say, that looks cool, how'd they work? These were between 3 and 5 watt phones, mostly 5 watts. They had a lot of power, and a lot of people used them for years upon years upon years. Fortunately, over the years, people started getting out of the carrying these type of phones because, afraid of cancer. So to me, it's the way it is. So I thought, I'd share with you, um, you know, the um the phone. A lot of people say, "Oh wow, can they work?" They'll charge up the power up, but you can't even make a 911 call in an emergency. So, an emergency situation, the government, let me give it to you straight as a prepper, okay? The government has never sanctioned an emergency phone system, okay? You can get satellite phones, 600, 800, 900, 1,000, but you're limited on minutes. And if you don't renew your minutes, you lose your minutes. And you get 0 minutes, which they can charge like $20 a minute. So you got to think about it on an emergency pretense. And will the satellites work if, the thing is, you get 2 satellites. Say Higgins says, "Hey, Mom, I spent $3,000 for a cell phone. Here, have one." And doesn't put minutes on it, and then says, "Crap, it's phone won't work," because the satellite company has their own thing. So that's why I recommend hand radios or walkie-talkies. Unfortunately, in certain circumstances, unless you want to call your family in Colorado, it would be basically pressing to even try. So a lot of people have been saying, "Well, what good are these phones?" People have been emailing me saying, "Oh, I found one brand new in a box for $9. I bought. What do I do with it? Can't do anything with it." They discontinued them because they were afraid of radiation and cancer. And then over the years, people started seeing that they wanted smaller phones that fit in their pockets. So they started making phones like the Motorola flip phones, where you get 90 minutes talk time and 4 hours standby time and 2 batteries for like $900. And eventually they decided the people out there that had these blocky phones wanted to carry a phone everywhere they went, but they wanted affordability. Me, I think the best peaked at the bag phone. I don't listen to Higgins McPunkhead who says, "Oh well, the best phones are the small ones in your hand." Yeah, and let Uncle Sam track you. The older phones could not be tracked. I mean, look at what's going on in today's world. Okay. As a prepper, some things come down the pipes. Okay, I want to tell you guys a serious story here. Okay, a serious story, something that's would scare Higgins McPrepper. Okay. All right. And this is something I'm not going to lie, cheat, steal, or anything. I don't lie, cheat, and steal. Okay. Some people say I do, like former moderators who I have forgiven for their anger and outbursts. I deal with people with anger and outbursts every day. So, she is forgiven. Yeah. So to me, let me tell you something that, they say money talks and BS walks. Well, let's just put it to you this way. The American people, you, the citizens, was forced, mind you, to be force fed things that will happen that's out of your control. Yeah, force fed. All right. Now, let me grab my spit cup because this is going to get interesting. Now, a lot of you ask me what happened to the bag phones. Mostly they discontinued it for radiation and the fact that they costed too much. Two is They wanted something where they could track you easier. Hey, I'm not paying a Bobo. I'm good. What are you doing? I'm going to talk to these fine folks on YouTube for a few more minutes to get them to understand what I'm talking about. Because this is very important. Important to eat you. How much food? Hopefully she got those Philly cheesesteak hot pockets. Use a few hot pockets for lunch. If you don't, I don't know, but I'm not into the sausage mood today. Okay, so thanks for waiting. So while we're talking about prepping, you gotta listen to me carefully, okay? As a prepper, government, and this is just my own opinion, I'm not misinformating you, okay? Misinformation. The government took away the bag phone, the car phone, the brick phone, the flip phones. Now they're bringing back in newer models. Some people don't like change. Some people hate change. Some people think, if you read the information, they couldn't track you. Back in the day, it took 3+ minutes to triangulate a cell phone signal for an area they could be in, which means that they needed something with GPS. Think about it. They took away your ability to be tracked, pretty much. You could take something like this, no GPS. No GPS. Make phone call, right? Battery, 6 hours. Put in pocket, go. But no, they needed you to have a touch screen. And if you didn't like touch screen, they had to cater to people like me, who's got a flip phone. Limited web browsing capabilities. No GPS in this. Why? Because if you notice, the government has the ability, if you disable completely your GPS system, they can turn it on. They can turn on your camera. This has no video, and this has a camera, front-facing camera for taking pictures. No, or back-facing on it. No, you see? Point being is, the government wanted to take away your ability to be not tracked. They wanted to know everything you were doing. Here's another thing the government didn't want you guys to know. Television. Back in the day, you could take a TV. Let's just say it's this size. Slip it in your pocket and go. Say you're busy. Say Higgins is a young man, okay? And he gets up in the morning, right? And he's got to choose either to take a backpack with a special case with a black and white TV that he carry with him to watch, or a pocket TV. And just say he's on the bus, right? Or on the train, or at the airport. He's like, pretend this is a TV, and he's like, right? They didn't want you to take your TV with you anymore. That was old news, old fads. They didn't want you to basically be walking down the street, riding the bus, sitting in a cab, anywhere you go, picking up your television signal, better signals than others. They didn't want you to. They wanted you to go to work, come home, turn your TV on at home so they have a program like the cable companies give you a cheap, crappy discount so they can discount you. Picture if Zoe was around, right? Zoe had TV at home, right? Cable, right? Back in 20 years ago, right? 30 years ago when her 40 years ago when she was a little girl. 45 years ago when she was a wee little girl. And her mom had TV and her dad had TV, for example, and it was cable. And they turn it on, and the cable box inside had a little computer in it that told what channels they were watching. So they knew the poll, so they could say, oh, this household likes CNN, this household likes, the Nelson ratings were built into the boxes without you knowing. You see, they didn't want people to have for television for free. Buy it over the air TV. If Americans turned around and every American in this country decided, quote unquote, I'll tell you a little my personal opinion, turned around one day and said, quote unquote, I'm done being tracked. And all of a sudden, say 200 million of these phones are purchased overnight at $20 a piece with $15 a month. People in America would be a lot more better off on their pocketbook. But they don't want you to do that. Then the companies would sit there and ban these and say your basic phone is going to be $30. And when these go out, you have to have a phone. Well, what happens is some person turns around people as a prepper and says, I'm tired of being tracked. Okay. Say I go out, right? Say I go out and I go buy an Ooma, right? An Ooma. Have an Ooma here and an Ooma in the office, right? Phone rings, home phone. As long as the internet's working, that's all you need, right? Yeah. You don't need to be tracked. You can pay $5 to $8 a month. I think it's $8 a month for Ooma. For a home phone. You don't even need to take your fucking phone with you. Now, if the internet goes down, that's where you pull out your flip phone and you use it for that. Yeah. But you know what the problem is with Ooma? People don't think about Ooma. They're still stuck glued to their phones, right? Technology is getting better and better, but here's the thing. When they started saying they needed to track your movements through the cell networks, why do you think this phone's usually turned off, right? Turned off. See? No light on it. Battery's charged. Turned off. The buttons are bulging out. Why? Because it's been in here for over 2 years. That's all we need. You don't need a touch phone. They're tracking you. Say Mama Pee-wee goes to her craft shows. And all of a sudden, they say, oh, Mama Pee-wee's at her craft show. Brink. Her phone tells her where she's at. Remember the bullet train thing where it's like find the phone app and he's finding it all the way to the toilet? And then, exactly the movie Bullet Train. Think about it. This is the technology they're using right now, and it's wrong. Now, you're saying, what about TVs? Okay, let me put it this way. If every American out there decided to get rid of their streaming services and cut cords completely and only use YouTube as a free television service for prepping needs, say preppers out there all sit there and say, okay, we're going to only use YouTube, right? And Amazon. We're going to use it, YouTube and Amazon Prime. I would do a lot of savings on the bandwidth, but that tells the American people they're fed up. They're fed up of seeing their televisions getting cord cutted. Now, one of the things that we always talk about, me and Higgins talks about, is the fact that what happens if you're sitting around one day. Okay, my apartment manager, she's a sweetheart, okay, turns around and say the apartment manager one day finds out there's a total anarchy, chaos. Just, right? No streaming services. Yeah, she apparently has every streaming service known to man. Even the free services. Apparently her Roku and her Fire Stick and her Roku Roku itself is so damn crammed with everything, it ain't funny. She can always find something, right? That's the other thing. If you go online and you don't need a subscription, you can find free movies without even needing to pay. You can go through Tubi, like one of my moderators, Tara J, was talking about. But think about it. If people started cutting corners like crazy, right? Right? Then what? If people started saying enough's enough, right? The government turned around. Okay, they took away your privacy issue on cell phones, right? This is my own opinion, okay? So I'm not misinformation anyone. Then they took away the handheld and pocket TVs, which now you need digital. Why'd they do that? For sales of TVs. Oh, we can make better TVs, and the people bought it. I remember telling my grandmother, grandfather, and my Uncle Donnie, and my mom, and her boyfriend, I'm not changing to digital TV because, frankly, when you do, they force you to a digital television. Yeah, back then they had these old TVs. Higgins was like, oh, yeah, they have these one TVs that are digital and analog built in. But where's the analog converters? You got to go online for $30 for a converter. Then you got to go online and calibrate it with an antenna. Then you got to connect it all up to a little dongle, which I have. And then you can get a pocket TV to work. But what if the power goes out? Pocket TV is useless. I mean, you can utilize a pocket TV as long as you have the converter and the antenna. Unfortunately, without power, right? They used to make battery-powered, car adapter-powered. I've asked Higgins a couple times in the last year, I think it is, to look those up. I can't remember what they are, but they're battery-powered, digital to analog converters. Yet can't find them anywhere. It's like they made them for a couple of years and discontinued them. But then you got Higgins saying, oh, well, I got like 400 of these digital converter boxes in my basement. Why the hell do you need that many if your TVs aren't analog? I got an analog TV in my office I can utilize for games. I can put in a converter and I can watch it as digital. But do you think I want to? No. Because to me, it is, you can, as long as your TV works and it's not cracked and your screen ain't catching on fire and stuff, you're fine. But my point is, look what the government did with cell phones. Think about it. Now you can watch TV on your phone. Oh, I'm going to buy this little TV dongle and I'll watch it, right? I had a couple guys recently email me from another state. They like my channel. They say I'm the real deal. They love me. They reviewed, personally reviewed without doing it on YouTube. I won't give you guys the names, but they reviewed like 2 to 3 dozen televisions for emergencies. Okay, emergency TVs. You know what they found? Tell you what they found is prepping. Chargeable batteries. The other day, me and Higgins made a joke, right? Someone emailed me saying, hey, is this a good deal for a brand new in-the-box scanner? So I chuckled to Higgins. What do you think? I'd be concerned about the batteries, what I told him. Higgins turned around and said, I don't think they even make the battery anymore. It's like one of the earliest batteries, and we both shot the shit about it, saying that it's more likely lead, one of those old-fashioned lead batteries. Think about it. And yet they took away your ability to TV. You can get a rechargeable battery for 4 hours, but how many people are going to utilize buying multiple batteries for it? If it's got a built-in battery, that means when your battery goes, your TV is pretty much shitty. Yeah, see? Lithium-ion batteries. See, laptops nowadays don't have those lithium batteries. Back in the day, they had batteries that were semi-unsafe, semi-unsafe and semi-whatever, right? So let me just tell you the story. So I got batteries in my bag phones, right? They can't hold a charge. They won't even hold 2-minute charge because they're dead. You can go online and say, I want to refurbish these. They don't refurbish them. A lot of people said, well, this is old technology. But think of the thing we're talking about on the batteries, right? For example, we're not going to talk about that whole scanner thing me and Higgins were shooting the shit about, but think about the televisions. 99% of them are rechargeable batteries. They said, and I quote, and I'm not talking Higgins, the people that sent me the report on the reviews stated, I'm still going through the reviews, that not one portable TV they can recommend with a rechargeable battery, because most of the time the rechargeable batteries are built in, which means you can't remove them without taking apart the TV. So technically, you're wasting your money. Now, there is TVs out there that are digital, but you literally got to go through eBay, which Higgins doesn't recommend, which is a TV, a digital, I think it's Sharp, or is it RCA? So basically, I think it's a Sharp. Let me look at this right. So basically, if you look for an RCA Pocket Digital TV or Digital Pocket TV, you might come across one, but usually you won't. What they sell is, let's just put it this way, digital RCA Pocket TV. All right, let's look. So you got this one here, right? These are analogs. These are all analogs. It says UHF, VHS, model TFT. So if you're looking down the list here, you got to find the right one, and they don't have it. There's a vintage RCA. Love those. But, I'm a big fan of portable TVs. I could probably help put together a TV and let it work. But, for example, you go digital pocket TV. Let's see what comes up. So you got 28 things. It says a digital pocket radio. Here's one. $65, right? People say, oh, this is a great deal. Let me just tell you why it's not a great deal. Ships from China, right? It's a brand you never heard of. And they say it's 5 inches. But it's saying here that it takes no battery. See, no AA battery, so you have to look carefully. A lot of people sit there and they say, well, how do you know what's what? You don't. Thing is, if you don't find one, take AA batteries, don't buy it. Email the company wants to claim they sell TVs. They don't. They claim you can buy one, but it's impossible. So to me, you got to ask yourself is how much are you willing to, invest in a TV. I think it was RCA. I think it's like RCA, digital pocket TV AA batteries, right? You can Google it, but the point is, as a prepper, you'd have to literally dig up, right? So, for example, if you go and you look for something like, right? So, say you want a Vizio, right? They make some nice Vizio TVs, right? And you look at the 7-inch Razor, right? People say, "Oh, that's great TV. I want it." It's a great TV, maybe. The problem with your LCD TV, if you're paying, you came up, is the what? Yes, I see your sneasel. Sneasel is the fact that if you look at the TVs, right? And then you look closely, it comes with a box and power adapter and everything, but item and open by accessory carry case, 3.5 hours of battery life. See, so you have to utilize your your TV. So even if you bought a digital TV with a digital antenna, you have to ask yourself, what are you doing with that kind of, for example, does it take AA batteries? Does it take, these are rechargeable batteries. So eventually your TV will just have to throw out. So all these people, sell you brand new TVs, but they're basically selling it as a novelty item. So basically, as a prepper, you got to ask yourself, do you want to buy something that's going to um, be utilized um, for you guys? Are you going to? Oh, that's cool. Love that. Anyways, are you going to utilize something else? To me, this guy wants self-reproduction TV. Probably the thing got burned out, but my point is you have to ask yourself, when you're buying a telly, that's what we call them in Australia, telly, is sat on the telly, is a lot of people see TVs, they want to grab it because it's small, and it says, for example, parts only. Then you look closely and you're like, oh, it's parts only. And then you got to look at some are AC/DC, some are, small, but some, rechargeable battery. See, doesn't even say what what you know what type of rechargeable battery is. It just says rechargeable battery. This one has digital and analog TV. But how many times do you see a TV with digital and analog tuner? But at the same time, how many do you see that takes a battery where you can actually remove the entire battery so you can charge it later? Y'all. So this guy says, I use yeah, okay, cool. This is what I was curious about. See, this one is RCA TV, right? But it doesn't say anything. See, if you look at the TV, right, it'll tell you DC battery. So this one's battery, but this is analog because if you look at it, it says made in Malaysia 1988. So the point is a lot of these people have been turned around. Okay, the government has basically turned around and has controlled you guys in the fact that you're being controlled on your television. Lindsay Higgins said nickel cadmium battery. Yeah, nickel cadmium too. Same. So basically, we're not going to go into Higgins's fantasies about batteries. Okay, if Higgins is a pack rat, okay, claims he controls whatever, So to me, I'm here to tell you guys the final part of prepping, and then Chloe better move her ass to her room before she triggers me. Did you give me my smokes, or did you get the wrong one?
That's what they had.
Oh, yeah. See, this is what I wanted. See, look at that. Look at this, guys. This is what I wanted. So, first of all, I want to show you the box. Look at this. This is great. See, that's what I wanted. God knew exactly. Look at that. You can't see this. Apparently, they remade the box. So, if you get a hold of an older box, this is called the Turkish Royal Classic. Oh, yeah. Let me guess. My other camels. Hot Pockets? Did you find the family size Hot Pockets?
That's all they had.
What is it? Oh, yeah. Okay, so they had the 2-packs.
Cheesesteak.
That's what I wanted.
And this is
all right, peeps.
And here's my pot pies that I bought. And
I'm going to save the box, though, for this. The box is, look at that. Blue Desert.
When you're ready, just put them in the freezer.
Back Desert. This is it.
I'll go back here.
So where's my other stuff? So I got 2 pot pies. Gotta put Chloe's pot pies in. She's got apple pies. I guess this is our, I don't know. Yes. Hey, did you get the au jus? Watch this, everyone. This is gonna be funny. Gotta ask for my Camel Wides. Take it yet? All right, peeps. Let me get these pot pies put away. So I was gonna have some pot pies later that are hot pockets. Apparently, they didn't have the family size of hot pockets. So apparently, my whatever, No, I don't smoke, Higgins. Philly cheesesteak. So does this have baking instructions? Oh yeah, right here, $3.50 for 30 minutes. See, here we go. Gonna have my lunch soon. Now, where were we? Yes. Okay. Yes. So, where were we? I'll check the refrigerator door. I gotta get Chloe to take Moppy out. See, Chloe ain't gonna be earning a cigarette from me if she fucking stands around. He's been asking all day. This smells interesting. I like the smell of these. So first they got this. It says Turkish Royals. There we go. See? So these are interesting. The boxers are, yeah. So see, I don't smoke, but I'm a big fan of the box art. So Chloe does smoke, so I guess this will be in my. Turkish tobacco is the world's smoothest, most aromatic leaf. Turkish Royal blends finest mellow. So the next is Turkish Gold, I guess. See, now this, I could see myself getting more of the boxes just for that. Yeah. Yeah. There we go. And then so look at this. You crushed my box. I mean, how am I supposed to keep something, Now this, I'm doling them out because the box alone I wanted to save. Yeah, so what's the other ones? I think the other one is Turkish silver and Turkish gold. Let me look. I got the picture right here. So you got Turkish gold. Turkish Royal. There you go. Turkish Royal. See the blue. And then you have Turkish silver. So should just go get Turkish. Hold on a sec. So did they have any Turkish silver or Turkish gold, or is it just this? They did have the other Turkish. Okay. Camel. All right. I'm going to save these. I like the box. Okay, so government turns around. And they turn around and they block. They block cell phones. Then they turn around and make a deal with the others. Remember, this ain't misinformation. This is just my opinion. And what do? They take away your ability to have a TV in case of natural disasters. And besides that, they think the new fad is not television because, too many people, and on top of that, the TV started to get out of the way due to the fact that too many people are complaining about the battery life. So, So, point being, Americans got shafted, and now they made it so the digital TV signal has to be stationary wherever you have to get the airwaves. That's it. Plain and simple. So, plain and simple. So, anywho, point being, I always grab the wrong stinking can, I think. Yeah. So, anyways, point being is they took away your ability to use a portable TV because they said, it takes too many batteries. Has anyone ever looked at the battery sales? Show you the funniest thing in the world. Where does this thing happen? Every time I turn around and take a pinch, it seems one can or the other looks full. Oh well. I'll just take a pinch of this. So the other day, people say, well, they're inventing the rechargeable batteries, right? Unfortunately, the rechargeable batteries you can buy. But how many people out there, and I don't want Higgins answering this, did the research and realized C batteries and D batteries sounds like breast size. C battery, C implants and D implants. Breast implants are breast cups, cup size C's and D's. And being a woman, being a C to full D is different deal, but I don't mind, got my Snoop shirt. So my point being is, we're not talking about boobs here. So how many people out there buy AAA batteries? How many people buy AA batteries? How many buy C batteries, D batteries, 9 volts? 9 volts are only used for alarms, fire extinguishers, fire, whatever, the whatever it is, right? So you go out and you buy like 8, 9 volts, store them on hand, right? How many people buy AAAs, right? Let me just tell you a story, okay? You can go, right, 9 volt battery, right? You can buy a basic 4-pack or an 8-pack, right? Or a 6-pack. Or a 8-pack. Again, you can buy whatever you need. An AC Delco, right? You can buy whatever. This is an 8-pack, 8-pack of ones, right? I prefer Rayovacs, but I've never seen Rayovacs in 9 volts except for 4-pack. They don't sell the blocks, right? Everready? Yeah, I remember Everready. So, why do you sit there and you say to me, oh, here's some 9 volts. This is a 84. You get 9 volts, and you get AAAs, and you get AA's, right? AC Delco. So you get 40 AA's, 36 AAA's, and 9 volt, 9 volts. That's not a bad deal, but it's called a combo. Fortunately, you get 84 batteries for $32. Most of the people, here's Here's a 200 count, AAA and double A's. Fortunately, you can't buy them. So the triple A's, for example, okay, so the AC Delco alkalines, right? I would use the 40 batteries for my scanners, okay? The 9 volts I would be putting in as I needed them for the fire alarm, right? Then the triple A's, 36 of those, would literally last me probably 10 years with television remotes. Between my Roku and my TV remotes, I would only need 4 probably every 3 years. So a lot of people don't invest in a lot of batteries. There's a 12, So a lot of people say, they purchase more. Here we go. Rayovacs, the 12 count, 12 count. See, you can buy a 12 count right there. That's what I would buy right there. 12 count in a resealable case. Why? Because it works, plain and simple. One of those that I believe in a brand. So, you go to the store, you buy whatever. Here's a 48 count of these. You don't even all max. You don't have a 7-year shelf life. See, if you bought 48 of them, you better be using 48 of them. That's why a lot of people sit there and they say to me, well, what about C batteries? And D batteries. There is no C battery, D batteries. How many people have ever looked at and tried to buy a 6-volt battery? You remember the old 6 volts where you had to buy like 2 of them to power your lantern for 12 hours? And they were, does anyone even remember those? I mean, they got rid of those so they could turn around and give LED lights that run on AA batteries. I, for one, here's a pack of 144 Rayovacs for $52, you see. So you get 24, so they're giving you what? Yeah, that'd be interesting. I want to see that one, actually. So you get the 9 volts. You get 12 9 volts here with a 5-year life. This one is 48 9 volts. So, the point is, if I spent $50, I'd probably be handing the manager out of batteries. You mean like, oh, yeah, I got 48 9 volts as a prepper. And then this one here says you get 100. This one is a 6-pack, so you get 6 24 packs of AA batteries. You see, now that is a damn good deal for Rayovacs with a lifetime 5-year or 10-year guarantee. So think about it. You have to carry enough batteries around. So a lot of people sit there and they say, as a prepper, Well, I'm not going to basically turn around, Higgins, and tear down a 9 volt. That'd be your job. I personally don't care, okay? So, my point is, let's just get this over with. Actually, I want to look at the skin. Look at that. Isn't that great? I wanted something like this on the box. I'm not a cigarette smoker because, I find these things to be really short. But dang, these aren't bad. Smell pretty good. Pure Turkish tobacco, apparently. Domestic Bazin. Smooth finish, I don't know. Yeah. One way or another. Oh. No. Burp. I hate when they try to force me to listen to my own. All right, so next problem is you turn around. You turn around, and what happens? It'd be a good idea. A good idea, I'm thinking, is as a prepper. They took away your availability to have a mobile phone that can go with you in a bag phones, car phones, whatever. They wanted you to have everything to be tracked. because the government is forcing you to not take your TV with you everywhere. It's a form of entertainment. They've slowly taken away the ability for you, the consumers, to even have, quote unquote, hold on a sec, quote unquote, there we go, the ability to take your TV with you. How many of you, Higgins, don't chime in on it because I'm not paying you. How many of you turn around and buy or had a CD player that was portable? I did. I had one of those non-skip CD players. Had my own VCR, DVD player, etc. Higgins is sitting there going, yeah, I know, my nose starts running. Probably have to take some of that Dayquil. Let me see if we have any available after you pick up some. Okay. Should be enough in here until Chloe gets back. I was rusting soonly, but damn. You know, when you get older, you realize that you get sicker easier. So I have to get some Dayquil when she's out, I think. Yeah. Look at that. Not even enough. Chloe took the last of it. Yeah. Yeah. Hopefully, I don't lose any strength, people, to whatever it is I'm supposed to be doing. You know. You know. All right. So, back to our prepping stuff, okay? Damn it. I got to get up and turn the light off. Give me 1 second. Okay. There we go. So, anyways, where were we? Okay. So, the American people need to realize the third part about prepping. All right. Third part is the scary part. You see, the American people need to realize that the American people need to realize the government just took away handheld video game systems. Think of it. You got all these knockoffs, right? How many people are buying them? How many people are truly buying them? Higgins will probably email me later with numbers. How many? The Switch and the Steam Deck's mostly the popular ones out there, but that's it. Then you got other issues. Yes. Oh, which reminds me of my eBay. I want to go over my eBay thing real quick while I chew my tobacco because I have something to share with you that's very important. So I can buy a power drill combo, some luxury. Let's just say I want to go to bids offers. Okay, so I got an offer. All right, so okay, offer received. So someone wants me to buy a Zippo lighter for $150. I'm gonna delete view offer details. This one offered me something for $20. Offer expired 1 day, 23 hours. 1 day. This one's can't I just delete this? There you go. Let's just go down and see how many freaking offers I have. Okay, so offer expired. Okay, hold on. Offer expired. All these people are offering deals. Offer expired. Offer expired. Offer expired. So I could just go through this real quick. Offer expired. Yeah, that's fine. Not interested in those anyways. Let's go up here and yeah, so I've received a lot of offers, but I'm very sketchy on these offers, you know. So, anyways, let's just freaking go up here and freaking hit delete. There we go. So, with the game systems turning around, the game systems turned around, right? And there's only a couple on the market. They took that away. You know. Well, how many offers do I have on expired? I mean, I thought I had freaking it all wrapped up. But instead, the whole damn thing is basically... That's what I hate about eBay. They sit there and they think, oh, you're interested in this. You know, just freaking delete. Let me guess, there's more. 2 pages more. Let me look. So I got, just freaking do this. Do 100 pages. Get it over with. And then I'm going to freaking hit offer, delete. We're going to delete them all at once. Or, you see, these freaking greedy crackpots, they're always trying to say something, you know. That's what I hate about it. So go in there, delete now, and delete it. Ugh. Hopefully that little medicine that was in me clears up my nose at least, you know. But I didn't win it because I didn't bid on it. I hate when they do that. They're like, offer expired. Then when you go into your folder, you know, you look at it and it's like, offer expired. All these people, they sit there and they say, you know, sometimes I will tell you Higgins is right about the garage sale thing, you know, because, you know, he turns around and he always makes that joke about the garage sale thing, right? But at the same time, there we go. Let's see how far up we got to go. Because, you know, you sit there and they offer you something, right? People sit there and they say, you know, well, you were interested in it, but you didn't buy it. And then some people say, oh, yeah, I got this great deal, you know, and I'm going to I bought this and it's awesome, and I really really wanted it or whatever. And then some of these people buy it. And then other people like Higgins turns around and says, "Oh, why'd you buy that, Rita?" It's a piece of junk. Yeah. So, anyways, then you go around and you ask yourself things like, well, there we go. My offers are done. So I want to go over to watch list because I can. I got some books and some other stuff. Vintage electronics. That's something I want to look at. And then what you do is you go down here, hit 100 pages, and then you find out what's still available. And it'll tell you what's ended. Wow. There we go. So we got. See, I always check to see if anyone actually bought these. This one did. So we're just going to delete that one, right? This one hasn't been ended. Sold. See? Sold. We can always look at those later. There you go. See? So let me tell you a story, okay? When you look at the big picture of everything you're looking at, right? I want to tell you something as a prepper, okay? You turn around, you look at things, and what do you get? I'll tell you. Let me look, see what we got here. Yeah, so people are like, "Oh yeah, you want that?" Mm-hmm. All right. So one of the things I want to share with you that's very important to me as a prepper, as a tool, is when you guys look around, right? And you look around, you got to utilize all your space properly. Like eBay, for example, Higgins might say, "Oh well, eBay is not good because it's a garage." You know what? Let me just give it to you this way: if you basically have a garage sale and sell some crap and make some extra money, like Tildor would say, then you're doing better than me. All right. All right. So, all right. So I'm almost done with this. And then what I do then is I go here and then I put add to watch list for books. See, I'm also interested in buying some books. All right. That's perfect. You see? A lot of people are looking at it being like, nope, nope, not going to happen. But you know what? You can learn a lot from books. It's one thing that I find that's really relaxing is books. Now, all right. All right, so one of the books I'm looking for is on eBay, probably. This is why I told you guys to utilize eBay as much as possible. So, as a prepper, all right, so let's see if we can get it. There we go. New. See? New. Should pull it up right away. Here we go. See, I just love when you pull this in, you get two things right away, 3 things, 4 things. There you go. See, we're done. Then I just go. This is Georgia, Los Angeles, Las Vegas. You don't want to buy anything with stickers on it. You want it sealed. So I will email these to ask them if they're sealed. Plastic around it because I'm not buying anything with stickers. I don't like stickers on my books. So I'm not even paying attention to Higgins anymore. He's always talking about the hokey pokey, okay? So let me tell you, now that I'm settled in, okay? As a prepper, you got to ask yourself, okay, you got to ask a big question here. And that is, are you ready for the government to tell you that you have to have a cell phone they can track? Are you ready? And this is my own opinion, so I'm not misinformation to you. Are you ready for the government to tell you what you can and can't have? Are you ready for the government to control your media watching? If every American basically unsubscribed to every freaking channel in America or streaming service, got rid of it all, you'd see a big hit for the companies. But Americans don't have that type of discipline. Then you have the last and final equation. What will they control next? Well, think about this. Let me tell you a story. You got a guy who's working on an SDS 200 at my help. I got to send him another gift card soon. Well, let me just tell you the story. Okay. Time Higgins get his SDS 200, his entire city could be encrypted. You could say, "Oh, what's that do to us?" Well, let me put it this way, okay? When you have a phone, a scanner, or whatever, right? The police scanner, where I live, as you can hear in the background, it comes on and goes. License plate checks today, right? Higgins says, "Oh, great. Most of the scanner, my main scanner is off right now due to the fact that there's a windstorm. Because the windstorm, I'm not going to have, if you didn't know, let me just tell you a story about something. Well, Higgins doesn't know this, okay? Hi, I'm Higgins. I got the SDS 200. Look at me, Reed. I'm better than you. Woot, woot. Look at me. I'm better than you." And yet, say Higgins is listening to his radio. Say I got to poke fun at Higgins. Power goes out. His memory card's completely fried out because it didn't save. When you turn off the knob, it saves. The memory card takes 15 seconds. Yeah. So his memory card's completely wiped out. So during a windstorm, I turn off my 536, so it saves the memory. The guys and I have talked about it. Saves the memory. If you have your 436 and you use it, you can use it on battery and it won't problem. You just want to make sure it's turned off because you don't want the memory card corrupted. This is why a lot of people like scanners that you could program yourself that doesn't have the memory problem. Power goes out, your scanner still can scan what it is. It ain't going to fry out. Whereas the memory card will get collapsed, So you're saying, oh, well, let's get back to the scanner part. So, for example, I love Higgins dearly as as a little sister. Okay. Problem is we're not going to sit here and poke Higgins all day. Okay. What we're talking about here is a scanner in general. Scanner in general. Eventually, there's going to be too many mass shootings in the world or in the United States, and they're going to finally say enough's enough, and every blue state's going to go encrypted. Hell, most red states are encrypted. You see, let me put it this way: why I believe both parties are useless as poop on stinks. I'll tell you why. Look at that beloved, beautiful Zoe, for example. She lives in Chicago. It's all fucking encrypted. She couldn't take a scanner into the damn shitter and use it in the shitter room while pinching a loaf because she wouldn't know what's going on. You see, they're claiming it's protecting the officers. No, you know what it's doing? I'll tell you exactly what it's doing, my friends. If the government could turn around and force you all to buy smart TVs, by the way, the smart TVs have built-in thingies, so Nelson's got it programmed so they can actually see what you're watching, by the way. Some of them have built-in microphones and cameras built into the smart TVs and other crap hole things. Hold on a sec. That would leave you with what? Government tracking you, right? So they turn around and take away your phones. Bad phone's useless. No, Higgins is like, oh, well, you can't reminisce the past. Really? I'm going to tell you what I think about the past, okay? I think the past was a lot better than today. You know why? I'll tell you why. Let's think about it this way for you preppers out there. I want you guys to reminisce with me. It's almost Easter anyways, okay? I get up before the internet was around, carrying a big blocky laptop that was probably 15 pounds. Higgins is like, oh, I remember those. Shut up, Higgins. Carrying it out, doing the spreadsheets, using it on basic Windows. Using what? Playing basic Might Magic games. Might Magic 2, Might Magic 3, Might Magic whatever, right? Yeah. And then they made it more complicated. So then they started making laptops smaller, thinner. And it's like, oh, the technology is great, really. As they went from laptops, you plug into your wall at home, put it on your desk, you work on it, you do your spreadsheets, you do your accounting, you do whatever. You have a program like Lotus. I used to love Lotus. It was basically, you see, let me tell you something about my disability. Zoe's like, oh, you're not disabled. Let me just tell you about my disability. Okay, I'm going to tell you it flat out right, okay? One of the things I hate about life is the fact that technology is moving too fast, okay? That means, as a prepper, they took away the bag phone, which used to be perfect. They took away the towers and refit the towers, which were telephone and cell towers, to cell towers. But then people wanted fast internet through the phone. Eventually, they were complaining the web browser was slow. Sorry to say, but I don't think I need to have a pocket computer in my pocket to tell me the time and have email on the go like it used to. Yeah. Did you know back in the day they used to have an email only client? I don't even know if they make it still. So there was a program at one time, right? Oh, yeah. See, I used to travel with something called the Peak, right? So back then, the Peak was a device, right? Let me just show you this, okay? Because, we're talking about technology prepping, right? So look at this, right? You see this? Says, it sounds like a ludicrous idea. Mobile device capable of only email, released just a year after the game-changing first-generation iPhone. It seems silly. Peak debuted in 2008. Delivered some smartphones couldn't. A 6-piece of iPhone peak. Yeah, see? Now you just take your email on the go. But what if you don't want to, web browser, video player, photo player, and even basic phone player. It was an email-only device, reminiscent of Blackberries that was in the process of slowly being killed off by smartphones. Think about it. Back in the day, the BlackBerry was an easy device to use, but they dissolved those, right? So, I personally miss those devices. Why? Because they were simple. I wasn't looking for that, but there's a device out there, I believe. Hmm. Hmm. Is it this? Might be this. Let me see this. Yeah, here it is. So, for example, we haven't seen this, right? Again, right here. See, look at this. Mailbug. Say mailbug. Isn't that perfect? I mean, email simplified. You spend, what is it? You buy the device, right? You buy the device, right? Let's see. 80s and 90s, over 100 years old, help them to stay in touch with family. All by just basically turning it on, right? Doesn't even say, well, is it a Wi-Fi only device? Do you plug it into your cell phone? I mean, they don't tell you. Let's see. Ways to use mailbugs. There you go. There's a mailbug, mailbug, but it does, there's something Higgins can look at a mailbug. All right. So it says here all you need is to a computer? No, you just need an AC line and a standard telephone line. So you could use it if you have your UMA. You see? This is where they say you can use it for pricing. Okay, $90 for shipping, and $16 a month for email service. See, they're charging you $16 for email, which means but that's service fee. You get Mailbug or emailamerica.us. See, this is something that people should realize, that you could basically cut down. You can have your UMA for $8 or your Mailbug for that. And then you don't need your computer, but so many people rely on a computer for what reason? For ordering. Yeah. Unless you're grandma who wants to go to the Walmart or wherever, right? Shopco, Wincombe. What was that one company my grandma used to go to? Cash and Carry. That was a great place. Cash and Carry. You can use debit card and you go in there and you can buy everything in the bulk. Me and my husband used to love it with the beer. But anyways, the point being, everyone, is Americans out there can basically cut corners by not needing all this technology if they really wanted to, you see. But as they're giving into more and more technology, they're giving away their rights. Think about it. Back in the day, when you carried a jumbo laptop that was 15 pounds, didn't have a built-in camera. Didn't have where you could just activate someone's camera. When I get done with YouTube, I turn off my camera. So I turn it off and I unplug it. So, I also disabled the front-facing camera, which people want to activate the front-facing camera through Windows. What are they going to get? They're not going to see anything. You might hear something if they hear something, but they're not going to hear. I disabled the Amazon Alexa. Why? Because thing is the technology's there to spy on people. Yeah. Think about it. Government wants to turn around and say they have to protect the police officers. No, they don't. You know what they're doing? Again, this ain't misinformation. This is telling the truth. They are literally making it so they can do a raid on your house without you hearing it. Breaker, breaker. We're going into Higgins' house. Higgins at 996 Fart Box Road. And Higgins is like, Fort Box Road, that's my house. And all of a sudden he gets his door kicked in with SWAT, for example. They don't want you to know they're going to do a no-knock raid or whatever, I had to make fun of Higgins again, but you get the idea, that's why Chicago, they say Chicago's dangerous. They don't want The Chicagoans aren't allowed to know that they're gonna go say kick down Zoe's door just to be funny, you know. So think about it, my friends. You know. So and during windstorms, usually I don't pick up everything, so you know. But there you go. I just want to share that with you. So think about it. Eventually, scanners are going to be useless. Higgins can pay $800, and maybe a year later they'll go encrypted just because the government says we have to go encrypted to protect ourselves. I mean, think about it. You don't know when it's going to go fully encrypted. Some EMS and fire using phones only, but you don't know that. You heard it from me. I heard it from the fire department and EMS the other day. Think about it. Some people have police scanners for entertainment purposes, but what happens when that entertainment goes away? What are you stuck with then? You make sure that refrigerator door is closed. You're stuck with a box that can't work. Look at the reviews I was watching earlier. You know, that's another thing. When you buy a product, you use eBay or you use Amazon or Target or whatever, right? But before you go buy it, you do reviews, right? You read the review and say, okay, this is the one I want, right? Well, let's just say it works for you too. Then you go and you look at things like things that people review, like books, right? How do you know it's going to be a good book? Well, I found several on eBay that tell you. Yeah. So you got to wait. Then you go to Amazon, you look at pictures, you say, Then you decide, okay, I'm taking a chance. You buy two. Maybe they're great books. But what about the rest? Eventually, you're going to have to make a decision. No, I don't want those because they don't meet the criteria that I need. Maybe you're a collector. Or maybe you're a collector. Maybe you're not a collector. It just depends, right? Think about it. The American people out there need to realize that they're being shafted. I mean, think about it. Think about it from 2 points of views, okay? I'm not going to go into politics, but think of it from this point of view. You got the Higgins out there. Pro-life, pro-life, pro-life. You got all these women pushing back saying F you, F you, F you. Then you got a judge saying pro-life, pro-life, and then a Washington State judge saying anti-life, anti-life. All of a sudden, it's locked in. The two judges' their horns are locked in with each other, or horns, or antlers, right? Meanwhile, the government's telling you what you can and can't do. You want an abortion? Go to a blue state. You don't want an abortion? You're pro-lifer? Stay in a red state. You like guns? Stay in a red state. You got each party duking it out, saying that Americans want all this. Why do you think I don't like all parties? Think about it. I don't like all parties. Why don't I like all parties? Because all parties are stupid. You got one party basically saying, oh, look, we finally got Donald Trump indicted. Big deal. You don't see Georgia moving. You got all this crap, talking about different garbage, Yeah. Oh yeah, I read this one the other day. It was the So, the point is Americans are what they are. Yeah. So, think about that. They are seeing their rights taken away by one party or the other, and I don't like it. Plain and simple. That's why I keep telling you to prep. I mean, if a 5-watt bag phone could be rebuilt and used today, people would buy them because they're more advanced and more unadvanced, and you're not being tracked. Think of the old Motorola brick phones. I mean, you can go to eBay and find a Motorola brick phone for expensive, but when you put in brick phone, what do you get? Flip phones, parts only. Flip phones, parts only. There's a brick phone. Now, say you want it in box, right? Or new. They'll sell new. There's an antenna, $5. New one in box right here. Factory sealed phones right there. See? This guy's selling factory sealed. I saw one guy that had like hundreds of those. Why? Well, because it's the way it is. You got open box, brick phones. You got all these brick phones. But do they work? No. So these people that have these large phones, right? And they're sitting there and they're selling them on eBay, and people say, oh, yeah, I know that. But how many people out there truly would spend $299 for a Classic 2? One, they don't work. Because you charge the battery, and the battery won't hold a charge. Two, you buy and it doesn't work either. No one's paying that kind of money for a phone. And that doesn't work. Mm-hmm. They took it away. They took away the flip phones. They took away eventually they took it away. No one owns them anymore. No one can use them anymore. So they charge an arm and a leg for these new phones that no one can use because don't work anymore. Why? Because they're discontinued. So these people think some collector out there will buy it. For what reason? They can't. They won't. And they can't use them. Again, that's why a lot of Higgins calls it a garage sale. Maybe to some, maybe not to some. But to me, you got to ask yourself, how much are you willing to pay? Personally, in some ways, he's right about the garage sale. But on the useful items, don't let Higgins detract you for the for the items. Yeah, because to me, there's items out there that look pretty good, in my opinion. And then there's items that, if you want to reminisce, it's like the Palm Pilots, for example. People say, oh, well, you could just put an app on your phone. Then the government tracks it. But you have your own Palm Pilot that you use every day till the screen doesn't work because you use the stylus too much and it's got all these little dots. Then you've done your job without being tracked. Plain and simple. So think about that, people. I like older technology myself. And that's how I am. But it is what it is. Technology will come, technology will go. Technology could destroy the country. With that said, think about that. I'm going to have to use the toilet. So I'm going to let you guys go. So please, 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 and subscribe. Please post comments, leave feedback, suggestions, hit the like, subscribe button. Show some fun for your family, including your dogs, your cats, your bunnies, your service dogs, your service bunnies. Hit the bell notification. Keep your comments nice is all we ask. And keep on prepping. Prep like your life depends on it. Thanks, and God bless you.